Good morning, I'm Ryan Graham. Thank you for joining us. Members of the Kenora Detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police have arrested one individual after a stolen vehicle was located. On Friday, November 7th at approximately 3 a.m., an officer on general patrol observed a vehicle reported as stolen in the area of Sunnyside Road, Kenora. During the investigation, an individual was arrested for possession of a stolen vehicle. As a result of the investigation, Christopher Paquette, 40 years old, from Pellet Township, Kenora, has been charged with possession of property obtained by crime over $5,000. The accused was released from custody and is scheduled to appear before the Ontario Court of Justice in Kenora on a future date. Well, the Thunder Bay Police Chief Darcy Fleury says the enhanced police presence at buildings operated by the District Social Services Board is already having an impact. That was one of the messages he delivered to the business community this past week at the latest Chamber of Commerce Leaders Luncheon. Now, those he spoke to want to see similar results when it comes to shoplifting and other crimes affecting their businesses. Jaden Billick has the details.
Just a couple weeks into the new pilot project to improve safety at apartment buildings owned by the Thunder Bay DSAP, Police Chief Darcy Fleury says the enhanced police presence is yielding positive results.
And already we're seeing a real impact on that, just having a presence, like just being there and being visible so that people know that we are there. We've had some really good results already in a couple of weeks. And it's going very well, and we hope to continue that, maybe expand on that. We are working towards some of the more I guess, prolific retail thefts that we're seeing. So we are working on some of those things, really having to pay attention to what's going on in the community and trying to address as much as we can.
That's of particular concern for business owners across the city, including those in attendance at the latest Leaders Luncheon hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. President Charlotte Robinson says the impact varies from store to store and knows police resources are limited. She wants to work with the force to find a solution.
It's a pretty tricky situation because, when there's a crime involved, you don't necessarily want a non-police involvement. And so trying to find alternatives, things like the special constables, we've been talking about, what are those opportunities? Are there opportunities for ambassador programs, that kind of thing? And those conversations are continuing, and I feel like maybe moving forward.
We've had some really good progress in where we're going as an organization, where we're going as we're in our partnerships. Some of the programs that we've developed have come from some ideas from the community. And I think that's, that we're listening, that we're hearing, that we understand that there's needs in certain areas of our community. And we're really pushing hard to address what we can with the people that are in our offices. We're working very hard as it is.
Fleury says community input gathered at these kind of public events is key to ensuring the police force is truly serving the community. Jaden Billick, TBT News.
Prime Minister Mark Carney recently announced the latest round of nation-building projects that his government will fast-track through its newly created Major Projects Office. No Northwestern Ontario projects made the cut this time around, but Job Minister and Thunder Bay Superior North MP Patty Hajdu says she's happy that one Northern Ontario project did.
It is the Canada Nichols Crawford mine, just outside of Timmins. This is a mine that has been under development for a while. Projects could either be referred to the Major Projects Office or put their hands up as being considered by the Major Projects Office as a project that could be considered of national interest and receive extra support from the Major Projects Office. Look, we will work with partners all across the country on finding these good national projects. And the job of the Major Projects Office is to work through with the proponent what kind of barriers still exist to actually bringing that project to life, including some of the financial capitalization barriers. And it was interesting to hear the president of the nickel mine talk about how recently they've seen an increased interest in investors to develop the mine and the refinery that would go with that mine.
As for the Northwest, projects relating to the Ring of Fire have been publicly discussed as nation-building projects. But Hajdu says there is still more work to do first.
My role is to make sure that there are Northern Ontario projects that are on the list. Ultimately, I think everybody is interested in seeing the Ring of Fire move forward. I think the Ring of Fire has been mentioned by the Premier as well, and it's something that's very interesting to many people in Northern Ontario. I think what we'll want to see, though, at the major projects office, we'll want to see is that development of the Indigenous process and consultation and consent continues. You know, we do have 2 communities that are in favor of that project. We have 2 that are not. And we have some infrastructure needs in terms of accessing the Ring of Fire and that region in general. So this is the work that the province must do, the proponent must do. And of course, we would stand ready to receive that project when it was more fully developed.
Taking off your skates after an outdoor skate can be difficult in the winter, but residents in Shunya will soon have a new place to warm up after hitting the ice. A new multi-use rink shack is under construction beside the rink at the McGregor Rec Center. Max Silverstein has the details.
Looking like an exciting one for Shunya residents looking forward to strapping on their skates and hitting the ice. The outdoor rink located next to the McGregor Recreation Center will be getting an accessible, heated shack which will not only assist with getting changed, but will also contain a concession stand and a multi-purpose area which can be used for hosting local events. Mayor Wendy Landry is excited that the rink, which already had a covered roof to extend the skating season, will now be even more inviting to Shunya residents.
You know, our community members want to do things in the community. To be able to do things close to home is super important. So this pavilion and this hub offers that to our community members.
The new building will have barrier-free washrooms and ramp access, while also adding an integrated water reservoir system which will supply the outdoor rink surface. MPP Kevin Holland says it's important for the Shunya community to have access to winter activities at their fingertips.
Really allows the residents in the rural communities like Shunya to be able to enjoy some of those outdoor activities and community events close to home, obviously. So it just really brings the community together. These facilities really become the center of the community and a gathering place for everybody. So it's, like I said, it's just really important to establish that for the small rural communities.
The investment is part of the provincial government's Community Sport and Recreation Infrastructure Fund, which is providing $200 million to help communities across the province renovate local facilities and grow the local economy. Max Silverstein, TBT News.
The Thunder Bay Police Service, along with several other prominent officials and community members, gathered last night for the annual Tree of Hope lighting ceremony. This solemn and symbolic event honors missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and 2S LGBTQ+ people. The year the Tree of Hope began in Thunder Bay in 2019, inspired by the vision and determination of recently retired Constable Charlene Bordeaux. Recognizing the need to bring awareness to the national crisis of violence against Indigenous women and girls, Bordeaux worked with the community partners to light the first Tree of Light of Hope outside Thunder Bay Police Service headquarters.
Tonight is an opportunity for us to heal together as a community where Indigenous women belong and where the system, one of the systems that we interact with on a daily basis, the policing system, is able to walk this journey with us as we continue to look at how we can improve the system.
Nobody forgets these women. You know, these women were, you know, moms and friends, family, aunts, nieces, you know, just really loved ones. And the work that the police service does and has been doing for many years and across the country really is to never lose track of those people and to really work hard on these cases and to really work to make sure that we can do the best for the survivors and the families and of these loved ones. And we want to work together and really bring some closure to some of these cases.
I don't think that, you know, we can ever stop bringing awareness to this issue, and despite, you know, the national inquiry, this situation continues to happen and continues to escalate in our community.
We don't want to lose hope, and I think that's what this is all about, lighting that tree today to give those families who are still waiting for their loved ones to come home to have hope.
Since 2019, the Tree of Hope initiative has grown beyond the city, embraced by police services and communities across Ontario and beyond. In 2024, the Thunder Bay Police Service brought the Tree of Hope to Parliament Hill, symbolizing unity, empathy, and national awareness.